Hi everyone, welcome back to Break Dreamer. Today we have a lot of incredible creation and interesting articles to cover with a little bit of extra focus on Lego architecture. Welcome to Mock Builder News. As a reminder, down below in the description, all the link to all the creations, all the builders and all the articles that I mentioned in this video. Let's start with the mocks of the week. The first one is a must feature. This is by Rocco Butler, which is probably the master of Lego architecture. He has this iconic 1:650 scale, and he made an amazing recreation of Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. Once you get up closer, you can see the amazing details. Here we are talking micro scale, and this is really a masterpiece. And this is not the first time, of course, that Rocco show us all his talent, because he's been creating in entire cities in micro scale. So if we move along, here you can see, I will link down below his Instagram page. The most amazing thing is the SPQR project, with the project of creating in different phases all the city of ancient Rome. It's not the first city he did, but this is just a true masterpiece, and I wish one day to be able to see one of his exhibitions and see this in real life. So make sure you go and check out his Instagram account. He has as well a YouTube channel and a Patreon. That is the best way, I think, to support his work. Moving on, totally different team. We have Stuart Lamb Cromer, Stubot, on Instagram. You should check him out. He has a lot of very cool creation. All Fabuland team. Fabuland, you know, is a team in the 80s where we have all these very cool... is a kind of a bridge between Duplo and Lego. And he created a very interesting steamer, I say boat ship kind of thing, kind of ferry that is made to go to the Lego house. So if you manage to visit the Lego house, you will be able to see this in the World Explorer area, in the sort of Duplo, Fabuland kind of area with the tropical island. And I think it's very, very cool. A lot of cool details, and is all Fabuland. Of course, make sure to check out his account, and we need to go back to architecture, again microscale, and again with Jeff Works. We featured Jeff Friesen, apologize for the names, I'm not sure if I pronounced everyone correctly. We featured him already in the previous episode, but he has another masterpiece, again is iconic micro city. He's doing something a little bit bigger in scale this time. We have this sort of Roman-inspired city, which is very, very cool. There's a lot of very cool part usage. Yes, the statues on top, all this column, even carving to the mountain. You can see the ship at the bottom, also very good part usage. They're using these antenna pieces as oars, I think is the correct word. I don't know if I pronounce correctly. Anyway, another amazing work by Jeff. Go and check him out. Talking about MPU, let's talk about the MPU of the week. We are going to feature this time Yapsa, which is a famous builder, famous for his very vibrant color of its build. Of course, you can see in this build everything very colorful. Of course, there's a bit of editing in the background, but I just want to highlight some very, very cool part usage. Of course, you can see all the flower pieces. You can see those micro trophy figures for the balconies. But look at the roof. First time in my life I see a chicken roof. So this is a very, very clever part usage. I don't know how many of those chicken type pieces we have there, but I never thought those could be used for roofs. And it looks very well, I have to say. Now let's move on to the articles. Tips and Brick has a lot of very interesting stuff. I'm just going to feature a couple of articles, but there's a few interesting ones that you should go and check it out and follow. The first one is the clamshell article. So they have this article where they cover one specific piece and all the different uses. So there's a lot of builders features in this article. We start, of course, from the using the official Lego set, and as well in all the amazing creation that you can find outside in the Lego community. And another very interesting article is again covering the work of Jeff Works. This Elven City, micro city kind of thing. Again, here they go and analyze the build. They talk about the base. They talk about the colors used in this build. They talk about the building techniques. All these technique analysis are very interesting. I should definitely go and check out. Let's move to New Elementary. There's a few articles on New Elementary this week as well. I don't want to talk about the X-Mansion because I think the parts were not so interesting. There's a lot of stickers, of course, very cool minifigures. But in terms of parts, it's not so interesting. But the new botanical garden from Lego Ideas, made, by the way, by an Italian, the fan designer is an Italian builder. Now I don't have her name on top of my tongue, but I will link it over down below. Very, very cool build and a lot of very cool pieces. So we have some new molds, a very good corner window pieces with a new 1x5 arch, and two very cool plant pieces for the peony and for the tulip. Very, very interesting. And they have also some very good recolors. One to highlight is for sure the banana peel in green, in bright green. So that's going to be very useful for create all sort of plants. Of course, don't forget to go and check out Brick Vault, and add every week new episode of the top 10. Sometimes some of the builds I feature in my videos you can find also there, but there's a lot more builds over there. You can go and check it out. Every week is a must watch. Let's move to Brick Nerd. Brick Nerd also, like Tips and Bricks, this week a lot of very interesting articles. The first one I want to feature is a new take on Lego Space. This article is by Kimberly Giffen. I will show some of her build later. She's walking through a little bit her experience in building what is for her the first approach to building a sort of space colony that is very, very cool, very bright with a lot of lights. It's an amazing build. You should definitely check it out. She is famous because she has some very, very cool gardens. She has this silver pavilion and this Giffen Garden, I think she called it. They are amazing build that you should go and check out in every single details. They are amazing. Another interesting article from Big Nerd is about Lego in college. Now, my college time is far in the past, but I guess some of you viewers might be interested on experiences on how you can still playing with Lego and find space for your hobby, even though you are studying, you're in college, and you're far from your parts inventory. So, interesting read. By the way, this is by Caleb, that we already featured in the last episode, if you remember, for the Ice Planet vignette. We talk about the part usage of that. So, of course, go and check out his account. Moving on the Brothers Brick, they have a lot of interesting builds like every week. They have a few trains this week. I'm going to feature this one, which is a very interesting train. I'm not into train normally, but this is very cool because it has some very interesting angles both on the side and at the front of the way of this locomotive. And a couple of very interesting parts usage. You can see the wipers at the front are made with Harry Potter wands, and we have also on the side, you can see the rear mirror. There are some very interesting like meat knife pieces. I think it's a very clever parts usage. By the way, this is Ferro Fricki, which is the designer behind the builder behind this build. He specializes in train, of course. If you are into train, you can go and check him out. Then my suggestion for this week on Lego Ideas is the Quirky Quencher, the watermill. This is by Mind the Brick. That is a 10K member. I'm going to feature a watermill because I think it's something that it could be very interesting, especially after the rework of the Lego designer as a sort of modular building like the blacksmith. I think it's a very, very cool build. It has working functions. I think it's really, really good. And this is the designer behind the train shed. I'm going to put the picture over here on screen so you make the connection. So definitely go and check out the work and support this project on Lego Ideas. I built myself a couple of watermill. This one is very old. I think I made 2 years ago, so you can see it's a bit squarey. So of course my building design process is a bit better now. I did this for a cube brick contest. We'll talk more about that later on in the video. And recently I also build this small video vignette I mentioned before in my video, where we have a very small watermill that works very well in this scale with this cool water technique that I did over here. So I will link it as well if you want to go and check it out. Of course, don't forget that Creations for Charity is still on. Some new builds has been added to the list, so you can buy this creation, do your donation, buy Lego instructions to support the cause. Again, you're going to make a donation. All the proceeds are going to be used to buy Lego set and then donate to children in needs all around the world. My recommendation for YouTube this week is by a fellow Italian builder. He's very, very popular, Luca Petraglia. I just found out that he has a YouTube channel and you must go and check it out. Just a few videos for now. He talks in Italian, but everything is with proper English subtitles, so you can follow along. It's just amazing. Amazing Lego builder. If you remember, I featured some of his build in my tour of Billund that I featured a few weeks ago. Here you can see his architecture build, but it's really amazing. Like, just to give you an example of what you can see in his videos, look at this. This is the San Carlo Theater in Naples. 200,000 Lego bricks, all with lights, I think 450 LEDs. It's something amazing. He walk you through all his building process. He'd open it up, the prints and everything. He's just a real Lego, he's a real Lego artist. These are worth of exhibition kind of build of another level, so you should definitely go and check out this channel. Let's talk quickly, very briefly, about the contest. So this week, contest that I mentioned last week are still on, so you can go and participate to Wandering Skies, and you can also participate to the Cube Brick contest. The Fallout mock contest going on at this moment. So if you're planning to build something Fallout, go and check out this contest. And a new round of the Iron Builder is on. Maybe I will talk more about it in the future episode because this is going to go for 2 weeks. This is not open for everyone, but in this round, we are playing with that cattail in orange, in kit orange. The 2 builders are Duncan Limbo and Ari Itti. They are amazing builders, more on the constructions, creature, mech kind of style. And Duncan already put, at the moment of recording this video, 3 amazing builds. So here we have the part usage used for the egg and for the butter. We have the fingers of this cool looking mech fighting animal kind of thing. And also we have this very cool, I like this one a lot. So we have this speeder bike that is moving up this orange sand with all the parts usage over there. And we also have those monkey kid clouds at the back. I think this is really, really good. Probably in the next episode, I will cover all the builds from the Iron Builder. The best way to follow the Iron Builder is on Instagram or on Discord. And they have a website as well. I will link everything down below. If you want to know more about the Iron Builder, I have some older videos to when I participate to the Iron Forge, which is the way to qualify for the Iron Builder. For example, last time the part usage was cups, glasses kind of thing. So I have this video from almost 1 year ago. So the Iron Forge is in January. So you can see I have 2 or 3 videos talking about what I built for that contest. I didn't manage to enter into the Iron Builder, but I had a lot of fun in the Iron Forge. We talk about that more in January. What happened on my channel this week? So I posted another members vlog for my Dreamers member. I went to the Art of the Bricks exhibition here in Singapore. So they saw a lot of that and a bit of my Lord of the Rings build and the final steps of my D&D habitats. Of course, I just mentioned the Lord of the Rings build. This is the last build I put on my channel. So this is the Frodo and Sam and Gollum throwing the ring into Mount Doom. This is a vignette, that diorama made with parts from the first 4 bags of the Barad-dûr set. So it was a little bit of a challenge. Of course, I had to revisit the scene a little bit, but I think it turned out pretty well. So if you are into that, please go and check it out. A couple of recommendations as well on the deals on Amazon US. I'm going to put some affiliate link down below. I found this classic set 49% off. Of course, this is not something you're going to display, but $30 for almost 800 parts, I think is a pretty good deal. So if you need some bulk pieces in random color, this could be for you. And they still have the one that I suggested before, the 3-1 Medieval Castle, 20% off is still there. And the Friends Botanical Garden, 25% off is still there. This could be a very nice side build in addition to the new Lego Ideas Botanical Garden. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And please consider to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you haven't done it yet, you can go and check out the previous episode of this series, starting from the one from last week. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Ciao, ciao.